A very good morning to all of you students and a very warm welcome. Today we are going to start module 3 and lesson 1. The name of the lesson is public expenditure. This lesson is also quite big and very important questions we are going to discuss in that. I have divided this lesson into 3 parts. In the first part, I will be telling you about canons of public expenditure. In the second part, we will be discussing about the classification of public expenditure. And in the third part, we are going to discuss economic effects of public expenditure. So this lesson is divided into 3 parts. The first part is canons of public expenditure, and the question can be explain the canons of public expenditure. Now, what is the meaning of canons? Canons means general rules. So let us discuss about the canons of public expenditure, and there are 8 points they are covering the answer. So first understand the meaning of public expenditure. The term public expenditure refers to the expenses incurred by the public authorities at the center, state and local governments in order to fulfill their obligation to the people of a nation. The ultimate objective of public expenditure should be the well-being of the people. Government raise tax and non-tax revenue and even incur debt only to spend in areas like economic and social infrastructure, defense, public welfare, law and order, justice, with the objective of maximization of social advantage or welfare. So now we'll discuss the canons of public expenditure. Besides the principle of maximum social advantage, there are some canons, that is general rules, that are necessary for the governments to consider while formulating public expenditure policies. Now these canons are: number 1, canon of economy. While incurring public expenditure, governments must avoid wasteful or unnecessary expenditure. Public expenditure should be productive, that is, the end result of public expenditure must achieve the predetermined objectives. Every government should make efforts to avoid expenditure on non-essential items. If canon of economy is followed, then public expenditure will not only be made in the most essential items but will be also more effective. Second point, canon of surplus. According to this canon, as far as possible, deficits in government budget should be avoided. It is always wise for any government to aim for a surplus budget. If canon of surplus is not aimed at, governments may increase their spending and incur increasing deficit, leading to increased debt burden. Next, canon of sanction. Every public expenditure must have prior approval of the appropriate authorities in order to prevent misuse and wastage. The appropriate authorities sanctioning public expenditure should also have the power to ensure that the funds sanctioned are being used for the right purpose and in the right manner. Next point, canon of benefit. According to this canon, public expenditure should result in maximum social advantage and social welfare of all the people in a country. The benefits of public expenditure should not be restricted to selected few groups. To achieve maximum social benefit, public expenditure incurred should result in increased production, employment and improved standard of living for all. Next, canon of elasticity. Public expenditure policy of a country must be flexible. The policy should be easily adaptable to changing requirements of the economy. The government should be able to divert resources from one area of expenditure to another if the need arises. For example, in case of emergencies like natural calamities, it should be possible for the government to use funds from less essential uses to meet the current contingency. Next, canon of productivity. Government expenditure should ideally be done to increase the country's productive capacity as well as improve the productive efficiency. Expenditure on infrastructure like transport network and irrigation help increase the production. Public expenditure should also improve efficiency of productive activities, leading to less wastage of resources. For example, expenditure of skill development and training can make the workforce more productive. Increase in production and improvement in productivity will lead to higher levels of income. The next, canon of neutrality. The effects of public expenditure should be neutral in the sense that it should not generate bad effects on economic activities. For example, public expenditure to promote production may cause damage to the environment or result in violation of human rights. The government has to take care that such negative effects are taken care or through other policies like taxation and appropriate laws. Thus, every negative effect of public expenditure will have to be counterpart by positive actions on the part of the government. And the last canon, canon of equitable distribution. Public expenditure should be incurred in such a manner that it reduces inequalities of income and wealth distribution. The aim of public expenditure should be to improve income distribution in order to maximize social welfare. Importance should be given to the expenditure to benefit the poor, generate employment, and improve the standards of living through education, health, and welfare services. So these are the 8 points that you have to write in the question that explain the canons of public expenditure. First, you have to give the meaning of public expenditure and all the 8 points. You have to cover everything in your answer. The question can be for 7 marks or for 8 marks. So here we are completing part 1, canons of public expenditure. Thank you very much.